Your future is not what you think it is. It is not a linear path. It is not a destination you simply arrive at one day. It is not a prize waiting for you at the end of a well-marked road. Your future is a shadow. A long, dark shadow, cast behind you. Not in front. What you are walking toward, the horizon you are chasing, that is an illusion. A projection of your hopes, your fears, the stories you've been sold. The real future, the one that will actually manifest, is being cast by the light of who you are right now. By the substance of your character. By the decisions you make in the quiet, unseen moments. By the truths you are willing to acknowledge, and the truths you are desperately trying to ignore. Most people spend their lives running from their shadow, trying to outpace it, trying to paint a new one with cheap promises and quick fixes. They fail. Always. Because you cannot outrun what is anchored to your feet. But, what if you could turn and face it? What if you could understand its shape, its source, its substance? What if you could, with deliberate, painful, glorious honesty, change the very object casting the shadow? You would change your future. Not by chasing a new one, but by becoming the person who is worthy of it. There are truths that govern this process. Truths that are rarely spoken. They are not taught in schools. They are not discussed in polite company. They are whispered in the corridors of real power, learned in the ashes of failure, and forged in the silent battles of those who have truly transformed their reality. These are the unspoken truths. And today, I will speak about 7 of them. First, we must understand the landscape of illusion. We live in a world that trades in spoken truths. Superficial commandments. Work hard. Be positive. Follow your passion. Never give up. These are not lies. But they are incomplete. They are the tip of the iceberg. Beneath the waterline, in the dark, cold, crushing pressure of reality, lie the real structures that determine whether you float or sink. The spoken truths are the map you are given. The unspoken truths are the territory you must actually cross. And the territory is indifferent to your map. It has its own laws. Its own predators. Its own weather. You follow the map perfectly. You work hard. You stay positive. You pursue your passion. And yet, you find yourself lost. Exhausted. Stuck on a plateau, watching others, who seem to work less, worry less, strive less, move past you. This creates a quiet, desperate confusion. A voice inside begins to whisper, "What is wrong with me?" Nothing is wrong with you. You are simply navigating by a map that omits the most critical features of the land, the swamps, the false peaks, the treacherous currents. The conflict is this: society rewards the performance of the spoken truths, but reality rewards the mastery of the unspoken ones. You are praised for being busy, while the silent strategist who works in focused bursts builds the empire. You are celebrated for your relentless optimism, while the clear-eyed realist who prepares for storms survives them. You are told to find your passion, while the disciplined craftsman who masters a valuable skill gains true freedom. This is the turning point. The moment you realize that the rulebook you were given is for a different game. The game you are actually playing has hidden rules. And to win, you must learn them. Let us begin. Truth number 1: clarity is not a feeling. It is a war. You believe clarity is something you find. A moment of enlightenment. A lightning bolt from the sky that shows you your purpose. You wait for it. You pray for it. You wander, hoping to stumble into it. This is a fantasy. True clarity is not discovered. It is forged. It is not a peaceful feeling. It is the result of a violent, internal war. A war between every version of yourself that you could be, and the one version you must choose to become. Clarity means closing doors. Permanently. It means looking at 100 good paths and saying no to 99 of them. It means accepting the death of potential. The death of maybe. The death of keeping your options open. This feels like loss. It feels like narrowing. It triggers grief. Your mind, which loves possibilities, will fight you. It will present you with endless what-if scenarios to keep those doors cracked open. This is the war. The example is the entrepreneur who cannot decide between 5 different business ideas. He dabbles in all of them. He makes no meaningful progress in any. He is exploring. He is waiting for clarity. But clarity will never come to a divided mind. Only when his back is against the wall, when resources run dry, when failure is imminent, does he, in desperation, choose one. In that act of ruthless elimination, clarity is born. And with it, focus. And with focus, power. Your future is not shaped by the breadth of your options, but by the depth of your commitment to one. Win the war of elimination. Choose your hill. Burn the ships. The clarity you seek is on the other side of that sacrifice. Truth number 2, your weaknesses are not what you think. You have been taught to identify your weaknesses and improve them. To become a well-rounded, balanced individual. This is often a path to mediocrity. Your true, crippling weakness is rarely a lack of skill. It is a character deficit disguised as a circumstance. It is not that you are bad at public speaking. Your weakness is a deep-seated fear of judgment that you refuse to confront. It is not that you are disorganized. Your weakness is an avoidance of the hard, prioritization decisions that the organization requires. You focus on the surface-level symptom, the shaky voice, the messy desk, and you try to fix that. You take a speaking course. You buy a new planner. This is like putting a bandage on a fever. It does nothing for the infection beneath. The unspoken truth is this: your greatest weaknesses are emotional, not practical. They are rooted in pride, in fear, in laziness, in a need for approval. Until you attack the root, you will forever be pruning leaves. Look at the story of a talented writer who could never finish a book. His stated weakness was writer's block. The real weakness? A paralyzing perfectionism rooted in the fear that his finished work would not live up to the ideal in his head, and thus, would reveal him as a fraud. He didn't need writing tips. He needed to confront his relationship with failure and judgment. He needed to embrace the shitty first draft as an act of courage. Before you try to improve a skill, ask, what character flaw is this skill deficit protecting me from? Your future is locked behind the door of that flaw. The key is brutal self-honesty, not another self-help book. Truth number 3, success is a lagging indicator. You look at a successful person, and you see the result, the wealth, the status, the impact. You see the peak of the mountain. And you assume their current actions are the cause. This is backwards. Success is not what creates the habits. The habits, forged in obscurity, create the success often years later. What you are witnessing is the harvest from seeds planted long ago, in a season you never saw. This is why mimicking a successful person's current routine often fails. You are copying the harvest rituals, not the planting disciplines. You buy the same notebook, wake up at the same time, but you lack the internal architecture, the mindset, the belief system, the tolerance for delayed gratification that made those actions fruitful for them. The lag is the critical and cruel factor. You will work for months, for years, with no visible reward. The world will give you no signal that you are on the right track. This is where 99% of people quit. They conclude their efforts are worthless because the indicator, success, has not yet appeared. They abandon the field right before the harvest. Consider the bamboo tree. It is planted and watered. For 5 years, nothing breaks the surface. No visible growth. Then, in the 6th year, it shoots up 90 feet in a matter of weeks. Was it growing slowly for 5 years? Or was it building an immense, unseen root structure that could support monumental height? Your work in the dark, where no one applauds, where the results are invisible, that is you building roots. Your future is determined by your faith in the lag. Can you tolerate the silence? Can you trust the process when the evidence says nothing is happening? Stop looking for the indicator. Become the cause. Truth number 4, peace is the enemy of power. You have been sold a vision of balance. A life of smooth sailing, free from stress, conflict, or extreme pressure. A comfortable harbor. I am here to tell you, the harbor is where ships rot. Real power, the power to shape reality, to withstand storms, to achieve extraordinary things, is not built in peace. It is forged in intelligent, self-selected conflict. It is built by voluntarily stepping into the ring with problems that stretch you to your limit. Your body builds muscle by tearing it under stress, then allowing it to repair, stronger. Your mind, your character, your capacity are no different. A life of avoiding all stress, all pressure, all disagreement is a life of intentional atrophy. You become weak, fragile, incapable of handling the inevitable chaos of a meaningful life. This does not mean seeking pointless drama or burnout. It means strategic tension. It means taking on a project that scares you. Having the hard conversation you've been avoiding. Committing to a standard that is uncomfortable. Placing yourself in environments where you are not the smartest person in the room. The person who seeks only peace is building a cage of comfort. The person who embraces necessary struggle is building a fortress of resilience. Your future belongs in the fortress, not the cage. Think of the athlete. They do not train by lying on a comfortable couch. They seek out resistance, heavier weights, faster opponents, longer distances. They understand that the struggle is the signal for growth. Your life is your training ground. Where have you made peace your ultimate goal? And what power has it cost you? Truth number 5, loyalty to the wrong people is a form of self-sabotage. This is one of the most painful truths to acknowledge. You believe loyalty is an absolute virtue. That standing by people, through thick and thin, is a mark of strong character. It can be. But it can also be the anchor that drags you to the bottom of the ocean. Not all relationships are meant for all seasons of your life. Some people are companions for a specific chapter. Their worldview, their ambitions, their vibration, were compatible with the person you were. But you are evolving. Or you are trying to. If they are not evolving in a compatible direction, the connection becomes a source of friction. It becomes a silent, daily negotiation where you must downsize your dreams, dilute your energy, and justify your growth to avoid making them uncomfortable. Their loyalty is to the old you. And by being loyal to them, you betray the new you trying to be born. This is not about casting aside people in hard times. This is about recognizing when a relationship is fundamentally, philosophically misaligned with the future you are building. The friend who subtly mocks your ambitions. The family member who constantly tells you to be realistic. The business partner who is satisfied with mediocrity. Your inner circle is a mirror. It reflects and reinforces your self-concept. If you are surrounded by reflections of limitation, that is what you will believe you are. Changing that circle is not betrayal. It is the ultimate act of self-respect. It is declaring that your future is more important than their comfort with your past. Truth number 6, the loudest voice in your head is a liar. You believe your thoughts. You think that because a voice speaks in your head, it must be you. It must be true. It is not. Most of the constant narration in your mind is not you. It is a programmed machine. A accumulation of past criticisms, societal expectations, fears, and traumas. It is a defense mechanism designed to keep you safe, small, and within known boundaries. Its primary tool is fear. Its primary message is you cannot. This voice is not a guide. It is a guard. And its job is to prevent you from leaving the prison of the familiar. It tells you that risk is danger. That uncertainty is failure. That the judgment of others is a verdict on your worth. It catastrophizes. It doubts. It compares. It is the architect of your anxiety and the saboteur of your action. The unspoken truth is this: you are not your thoughts. You are the awareness that hears the thoughts. The moment you realize this, you gain a power that is almost impossible to describe. You can observe the voice of fear, recognize it for the liar it is, and choose not to obey it. The next time that voice says, "You're not ready," you can thank it for its concern and act anyway. You can say, "I hear you. And I am moving forward regardless." This is the essence of courage. Not the absence of the fearful voice, but the refusal to let it drive. Your future is being held hostage by a voice that does not have your best interests at heart. It's time to reclaim the microphone. Truth number 7: you are already living your future. Right now. This is the meta-truth. The one that ties all the others together. You imagine your future as a separate place. A different time. A reality that begins when? When I get the promotion. When I start the business. When I lose the weight. When I find the partner. That when is a trap. A deferral of life. The unspoken, brutal, beautiful truth is this: when never comes. Because when you arrive at that point, your mind will simply create a new when. The goalpost will move. The finish line will recede. Therefore, your future is not a destination. It is a quality of attention. It is the sum total of the moments you are living right now. The conversation you are having. The work you are doing. The thought you are thinking. The integrity you are demonstrating in this unseen instant. The person who is fit in the future is the person who chooses the healthy meal today, not tomorrow. The person who is a leader in the future is the person who takes responsibility in a small team project today. The person who is wealthy in the future is the person who invests a small amount and delays gratification today. You are not going to become that person. You are defining that person, choice by choice, in the eternal present. Your current life is not a prelude to your future. It is the construction site. The bricks you are laying right now are the walls you will live within. This means your future is not something to wait for. It is something to enact. With every decision. With every thought. With every moment of courage or cowardice. You are casting the shadow. Right now. So. 7 truths. Clarity is a war. Weaknesses are character deficits. Success lags. Peace is the enemy of power. Misplaced loyalty is self-sabotage. Your inner voice is a liar. And the future is now. These are not tips. They are fundamental recalibrations. Your call to action is not a simple checklist. It is a demand for a new level of consciousness. For the next 30 days, I challenge you to live by one lens, the shadow principle. At the end of each day, ask yourself this single question: what did the person I am today cast as a shadow for the person I will be 10 years from now? Did you choose comfort, casting a shadow of fragility? Or did you choose strategic struggle, casting a shadow of resilience? Did you listen to the liar's voice, casting a shadow of regret? Or did you act with courage, casting a shadow of achievement? Did you diffuse your energy across many things, casting a faint, wide shadow of mediocrity? Or did you focus on one, casting a long, deep shadow of mastery? Become an archaeologist of your own present. Every action is a fossil in the making for your future self to discover. What will they dig up? Evidence of cowardice, or artifacts of courage? Music begins its final, slow descent, leaving only the clarity of the voice. This is your power. The power to sculpt the shadow. To change the future by changing the substance of the present. The unspoken truths are spoken now. The question is no longer, what will my future be? The question is, what are you made of, right now?